Hey guys, my name is Moon and welcome back for more Umineko When They Cry episode 4. So last time, Angie, she pretty much removed every single friend that she has, right? Her magic friends, they're all gone because they couldn't help her. And then yes, as the moment was happening, she was getting bullied by the other girls, right? And she was angry, but her friends, her other friends, they couldn't help her in the real world. And then she banished all of them. So let's just continue and let's see what happens today.
Uryu, Maria, 返事して。
What happened now?
Uryu, やっぱり僕はぬいぐるみなの？布と綿でできてるから喋れるわけないの？だからマリアとはおしゃべりできないの
Sakotaro looked up at Maria sadly. Maria's face was covered with tears and it looked as though it had even lost all traces of sadness.
聞こえてるよ、サクタロウ。サクタロウは布と綿でできたぬいぐるみなんかじゃないよ。マリアのお友達だよ。返事なんか嫌い。ウリュ、マリアごめんね。マリアごめんね。ウリュ。
Sakotaro regretted doing that. By freezing her heart, Maria had finally been able to escape from her sadness. By speaking up and calling her back, he'd caused her to be overwhelmed with sadness again. Sakotaro tried hugging Maria, letting go of her, and gazing at her uneasily, lost as to how he could bring Maria's spirits up. He might have looked a little humorous doing that. In the end, that was enough to distract Maria from her sadness.
ごめんね。もう泣いても仕方ないもんね。エンジェとは喧嘩しちゃったけど、マリアにはまだたくさん友達がいるよ。僕だけじゃない。みんなもいるよ。サクスケもサク吉も動物の音楽隊も他にも。
Maria looked at the many stuffed animals around her pillow, which were gathered together as though they were having an idle chat.
みんなマリアのこと心配してるよ。どうしたらマリアが元気になってくれるかなってずっと相談しているよ。みんなはエンジェみたいにいなくならない？ならないよ。僕たちはいつだって一緒だよ。本当に？サクタロたちは家でしか一緒じゃないよ。ママと一緒にお出かけできないし、学校にも一緒に行けないよ。僕たちは学校に行っちゃいけないから、先生に見つかったら怒られちゃうもん。でも見つからないならいつだって一緒にいていいんだよ。サクタロウ、大きいから見つかっちゃうね。だったら小さくて持ち歩ける子と一緒に行けばいいよ。例えばほら、森の音楽隊の仲間たちなら、ほら小さいからマリアのポケットに隠れて一緒に学校に行けるよ。音楽隊いっぱいいるよ。ポケットに入りきらないよ。
She collected all of the forest band pieces that were scattered across her bed. There were about as many of them as pieces in a chess set, so it'd probably be impossible to fit them all in her pocket.
なら、特に仲良しのお友達だけを連れて行くといいよ。森の音楽隊の中で一番マリアと仲良しのウサギの4人組を連れてくといいよ。
The four rabbits.
4つならポケットに入る。これなら見つからないね。だから、マリアはこれで学校でも一人ぼっちじゃないよ。僕が一緒に行けないところでも、この子たちなら一緒にいてくれるよ。なら、寂しくないかも。お家に帰ってくるまで我慢できるかも。ママと先生にさえ見つからなければ、僕たちはいつだって一緒にいられるんだよ。そして、いつまでも一緒にいよう。遊んでいよう。僕たちはマリアを絶対に一人ぼっちになんかさせないから。うりゃ！
Maria's expression finally regained a little of its brightness. That's right. In the beginning, Maria's world didn't have Angie in it. Even without Angie, it was fun with everyone. And yet, strangely enough, it suddenly became sad without Angie, who had come in at the end. All that's happened is that I've returned to the world right before Angie entered it. So there's nothing to be sad about.
寂しくないよ。サク太郎もみんなも一緒だもん。うりゅう！マリア、大好き！もう人間なんかに、マリアの世界には誰も立ち入らせないよ。マリアージュ・ソルシエールは、マリアとベアトリーチェだけの二人きりの同盟。もともとベアともエンジェを加えるのには反対してたし。これでいいんだもんね。エンジェはまだ幼すぎたんだよ。エンジェのことはまた仲良しになれるまで当分を忘れていていいと思うよ。マリアがまた元気を取り戻せたら一緒に遊べばいいよ。それまで僕たちみんながずっとそばにいるからね。ありがとう。サク太郎、みんな。
That's kinda nice though. Nice scene for them. Then Mario once again regained her former world. She regained a world that wasn't lonely, where she was surrounded by many friends. Just like usual, she didn't have any human friends at school, but her magic friends were always with her. Yes, magic friends. The rabbit band she hid in her pockets talked to her during class, sounding like they were having fun. Just listening to that greatly embellished the time she spent in class. Maria made it so that as long as Mama and the teacher didn't find out, her other friends could always be with her. When Mama told Maria to go play outside, Maria would secretly pack Sakutaro and Sakasuke and the rest in her bag and play together at the library or somewhere. Even when Mama was late coming home, Maria went shopping for dinner. She always went with Sakutaro. The man at the convenience store and the other people were nice to Sakutaro. He sometimes gave a second portion free for Maria and Sakutaro. When Mama found out, Maria would get into trouble for bringing Sakutaro and the rest outside. When a teacher found out, Maria would get in trouble for bringing toys to school. The toxin must be strong in Mama and teacher. That's why Sakutaro looks like a normal stuffed animal to them. After all, the convenience store man and the others say hello to Sakutaro. Not all humans are hopeless. There are tons of people who, unlike Angie and Mama and teacher, can say hello to magic friends like I can.
マリアちゃんかい。 いらっしゃい。今夜もママは帰りが遅いのかい？
でも、サク太郎たちも一緒だから寂しくないの。ねえ、サク太郎。ウリュウ。今日はね、僕だけじゃないんだよ。他のお友達も一緒なんだよ。
おや、他のお友達かい？今日はどんなお友達が一緒なんだい？
今日はね、森の音楽隊のウサギさんたちも一緒。ほら、ポケットに入ってるの。
Maria began to line up the 4 ceramic rabbit dolls on the register. As the owner of the shop looked at it, smiling, he sent a signal to a part-timer with his chin. Then the sign on the other register that said close was taken down and a voice called out for everyone to move over there. All of the people in line behind Maria lined up behind that one.
そうかそうか。マリアちゃんにはお友達がいっぱいだね。
Dude, these people are much more better than Rosa.
ママも早く帰ってきてくれればいいのに。
No, what I mean is like understanding the kid. Yeah.
おー、ママはまたお仕事が忙しくて会社にお泊まりなの。最近はよく忙しくなるの。マリアと電話でお話しする時間も全然取れない。でも寂しくないよ。マリアにはサク太郎たちがいるもん。ねえ、ウリュウ。ウサギの音楽隊のみんな、ほら、キューキュー。
ウサギの鳴き声ってキューキューだったっけ？はて、そういや聞いたことないな。
After smiling at Sakutaro, who was poking his head out of her knapsack, she played around with a rabbit band on a register, making them frolic around. Although the shop manager gazed at this pleasantly, he had a slightly pitying look on his face. This was apparently a single mother household where the mother had to work hard and couldn't come home very often. On top of that, it looked like this girl didn't have any friends. As he watched her play around happily with her dolls and claimed that she wasn't lonely despite everything, he couldn't help but feel a kind of compassion. Yes. And actually, this wasn't limited to him alone. Mari had become quite famous in the shopping district.
マリアちゃん、たまにはおでんも食べなさい。卵とか練り物とか食べないと大きくなれないよ。
おー、クリームパンじゃダメ？ウリュウ、いろいろ食べないと大きくなれないよ。今日はおでんにしよう。おー、じゃあおでんにする。
そうしなさい。おじさんが多めに入れておくよ。からしいる？
ウリュウ、辛いのは苦手。
そうかそうか。じゃあこぼさないように持って帰りな。温かいうちが美味しいよ。
She had planned on getting some sweet pastries for dinner, but since Oden had been recommended to her, she would be having that tonight instead. Letting someone else determine the menu makes for an unexpected and interesting meal. Very often, Maria had to decide what her dinner would be on her own, so it was easy for the menus to get a little one-sided. So it felt fun to have a meal she hadn't anticipated.
ウリュウ、おじさん、おまけしてくれてありがとう。
お家にいる他のお友達にもよろしくね。途中でつまみ食いしちゃダメだよ。まっすぐお家へ帰ってから食べるんだよ。
おじさん、ありがとう。
Maria raised the bag with the Odin container high. Look how nice the people are to her. And yes, they were saying that she's been, or what do you call this? Quite famous in the shopping district, right? Because yes, Imagine, let's say I'm like the store owner there. You're working there and then you see this kid not let's say not every night, but frequently, right? Going there, buying food. This little girl at night still outside, right? So yeah, pretty much they're understanding what her circumstances are and they're being very very nice to her. So that's good.
あれうりゅどうしたのマリア。ポケットに鍵がない。
Oh no. Standing in front of the door to her house, Maria searched all over her body. The key to the house wasn't there. She always methodically put it in the same pocket, so there was no way she had put it in another pocket, but she searched her whole body just in case. Unsurprisingly, it wasn't there.
お財布を出した時に落とした？お財布を出してしまう時にはちゃんと手応えがあったもん。途中でポケットを探った時にもちゃんと手応えがあった。途中まではあったの。落としてなんかいない。
Even though the late autumn wind had been bearable when Maria had been thinking of returning home, where the heater was, now that she was confused and had lost her key, that wind tormented her. But no matter how hard she searched, she couldn't find her key. She turned out all of her pockets and then even tried taking off her jacket and hitting it, but to no avail. Of course, she also turned the knapsack Sakutaro was in upside down, but the key didn't come out. Something that should have been there wasn't where it was supposed to be. Why isn't the key there when I didn't do anything wrong? Why isn't it? Why? Maria was cold and frustrated and angry, and she stamped on the ground. The bottom of her foot throbbed, but that didn't lessen her frustration. At the same time, her tears poured out. It wasn't her fault, so it was someone else's fault. But Maria didn't know who that someone was and could do nothing but continue to let out a moan of anger.
ウリュウ、きっと途中で落としたんだよ。探そう。来た道を戻って探そう。せっかくおでん買ったのに、卵とかおまけしてもらったのに、あったかいうちに食べられない。マリア、悔しいけど探そう。誰も悪くないよ。探そう。
Maria finally lent an ear to Sakutaro's words and began to trot back down the road she had come on. The wind was colder than before and it felt like it was blowing in through the corners of her jacket in a mean way.
ウリュウ、しっかり足元を見て探そう。そして早くお家に帰って暖房で温まりながらおでんを食べよう。きっと美味しいよ。ない。ない。
As Sakutaro encouraged her, Maria searched for the key. But she made it all the way back to the convenience store where she'd bought the oden. She hadn't found it. Just in case, she asked the man at the convenience store whether they had found a dropped key, but they hadn't found anything. One more time, she returned home, paying close attention to the area around her feet. But unsurprisingly, she didn't find it. She was no longer frustrated enough to stomp her feet, but hot tears dripped down her face. The oden had cooled down completely. Even though she had been told it would be delicious when warm, she hadn't been able to eat it. even though the man had given her so much free stuff.
ウリは、泣かないで。ママは今夜帰ってこないんだよ。頑張って探そう。なんで見つからないの？マリア、泣かないで。頑張って探そう。マリア。
Maria was no longer able to hold back tears. Sobbing, she clutched Sakotaro and held the bag of Odin, returning once more down the road she had come by. Perhaps because more and more houses and stores had turned their lights off by now, it was even darker and harder to search than before. And once again, without finding the key, she returned to the convenience store.
マリアちゃん、鍵まだ見つからないのかい？
鍵ない。
お母さん、今日は泊まりだっけ？鍵ないとお家入れないの？
入れない。
そりゃ困ったね。交番には行ってみた？届いてるかもしれないよ。
ママがおまわりさんに話しかけられてもお話ししちゃダメって言った。
そりゃまたどうして？
It was probably because Rosa would be liable for making such a young girl like Maria watch over the house by herself. Yes. And because she knew that this wasn't something that would be permitted by society. But why wouldn't, Rosa at least. They are rich. They have money, But yeah, why wouldn't even her or she hire someone to at least take care of Maria, right? I guess maybe because people will find out that she's not taking care of her daughter. That's why she doesn't even want to do that. So Maria was indoctrinated into changing the store she bought things at so that she didn't catch the eyes of adults. And into saying no more than a greeting to the policemen even if they talked to her. Maria had obediently done as she was told. Instead of considering why she must do that, she was much more concerned with meekly obeying because her mother had told her so. But the manager of the convenience store probably didn't think of it that way. In the first place, seeing such a young girl forced to watch over the house alone and so frequently would make anyone worry. Yes. And then, after making the round trip between her home and the store once more, and arriving at the convenience store for the third time, a policeman was there.
あの子です。
The manager was this. He was just worried.
マリアちゃん、鍵見つかったかい？
見つからない。
お嬢ちゃん、お名前は？
Okay, I feel that this is gonna be the trigger here. I think, because police are gonna be involved now because she's being abandoned basically. Her mom leaving her on their house pretty much all the time. The policeman asked her name, but Maria didn't answer.
お母さんにおまわりさんとお話ししちゃいけないって言われてるの？大丈夫だよ。おじさんは怖くないよ。お嬢ちゃんは晩ご飯は食べた？
買ったけど、お家に入れないから食べられない。
お母さんはどうしてるの？今日は帰ってこないの？お仕事？お母さんの会社の連絡先、わかるかな
？Maria hung her head limply. She didn't understand why the policeman was getting mad at her. No, he probably wasn't getting mad at her, but if this reached her mother's ears, then she would definitely be in trouble. Even if she didn't understand the reason why she would be in trouble, she at least understood that much. But the policeman wouldn't let Maria go, and her head was swimming from hunger. The policeman noticed that, and it was decided that he'd listen to her her story as they ate in the police box. Maria was taken to the police box. She had her oden heated in the microwave oven, and even salty rice cakes and hot tea were brought out for her. She had been told not to talk to the policeman, but after being asked about Sakutaro, she responded starting to feel that this wasn't a bad person. And anyway, she wouldn't be able to return home now, so she didn't know what to do. She told him Mama's work phone number, which she had been told to tell no one of and to use only in a very, very serious situation. Very, very serious situation. In the tatami room inside the police box, as she ate the oden that was so hot, it felt like it would burn her. She watched the policeman making the phone call, lazily thinking, I'm probably gonna get in trouble.
マリア、ママに怒られるかな。ウリュウ。
I mean, yes. He must have been listening to the phone ringing for a very long time. With the receiver up to his ear, the policeman looked at the clock, grumbling.
営業時間終えちゃってるから出ないのかな。もしもし。もしもし。有限会社アンチローザさんで。
アンティローザ。
こちら、小松川警察署千本桜駅前交番でございます。う大館じゃないや、後宮社長さんはいらっしゃいますか？
Udaikan? Okay, let's check that later.
はい。休暇中？
She's on vacation. God damn. She's not even out of work.
はい。社長は昨日から3日間休暇になってます。
Oh my god.
どういったご用件で？
This is gonna be much more worse, of course. Yes.
いや。
Like, imagine that the police now knows that you went on a vacation, left your little kid at home without, no one watching that kid.
それで、どちらにおられるかわかりますかね？連絡先とか聞いてたりしませんかね？
What was the name of the place again? The ticket? Forgot.
ちょっとお待ちいただいてよろしいですか？
Was it like Atami or something?
ねえ、誰か社長の旅行先聞いてる？連絡先。
彼氏と札幌カニ食い放題って聞きました。
Now it's Sapporo. Okay.
いいなぁ。寒いとこだと自然と2人の距離も縮まるのよね。連絡先は聞いてないよ。
了解。もしもし、札幌に行ってるそうですけど、連絡先まではちょっとわかりません。ご伝言しますか？
そうですか。参ったな。じゃあ、もし連絡がつきましたら、こちらから電話があったとお伝えできますか？はい。
After that, I was taken to the police department, which was even bigger, and ended up spending the night there. Then they asked me various things about myself. A lady who called herself the district welfare officer came by and asked about a lot of things. Of course, yes. And I was told, you poor thing. When I heard that, I learned for the first time.
マリアって、かわいそうだったの？ウリュウ、そんなことないよ。マリアは幸せ。ほー。
Oh my god. She's back. I think we'll make this. I mean, our episodes are pretty short already, but let's make it a little bit shorter today. Let's prepare for the next one. Who knows what is gonna happen, right? I mean, I can feel what's gonna happen, but damn, Udaikan is misreading of the Oshinomiya kanji. Okay. So the officer mistook the last kanji, Miya, for kan. Udaikan. Was it Udaikan? What? This would also have caused him to pick the wrong reading for, due to the existence of the word Daikan magistrate. Okay. Okay, this is gonna be, oh my god. But yeah, I guess I think this is the trigger for her. I think this is gonna be the start of when she starts, doing that to Maria. It feels like that, right? And it's very sad for Maria though. Like, of course, she doesn't know. Like, she's thinking that, oh, I'm protecting, I guess, but being a good girl to her mama. And then this happens, right? But yeah, Rosa is definitely gonna get super mad here. And yeah, I don't know what she's gonna do. We're gonna find out, right? But yeah, the people outside or the convenience store, for example, those are just good people helping Maria out, watching out for her. And rightfully so that they did that. Seeing a little girl come back and forth, right? Multiple times because they couldn't get into their house. The key, was missing. It dropped. Who knows where it went, but yeah, that's life, I guess. Here we go again. We'll see. So we are gonna continue this and do more of Umineko One Day Cry episode 4 in the next one. So I'll see you then, guys. Bye bye.